Two women, same night, same building. One Oscar, one will win, one will lose. And what happens backstage will define both their legacies for the next 30 years. Santa Monica Civic Auditorium, April 9th, 1962, Monday evening, 34th Academy Awards. The biggest night in Hollywood. 3,000 people packed into Auditorium. Stars in gowns worth more than houses. Diamonds reflecting camera flashes. Air thick with perfume and ambition and champagne and fear. This is Oscar night, where careers are made, where legends are born, where one name called changes everything. Best Actress category. 5 nominees, 5 women, 5 performances, 5 dreams, but only one Oscar. Only one name will be remembered tomorrow morning. Only one woman will stand on that stage and hold that golden statue and give that speech the world will replay forever. Audrey Hepburn, 32 years old. Nominated for Breakfast at Tiffany's, Holly Golightly. The role everyone knows, the black dress, the cigarette holder, Moon River, iconic, beautiful, perfect. Her second nomination, she won in 1954 for Roman Holiday. 8 years ago, long time in Hollywood. Some say she is due. Some say she peaked. Some say this is her comeback. Some say she is finished. She sits in third row, center section, best seat, where cameras can find her when name is called, or when name is not called. Either way, America will see her face, see her reaction, see if she smiles when someone else wins, see if grace holds when disappointment hits. She is wearing white, simple, elegant, Givenchy, hair up, diamonds small. She looks calm, composed, the image she always projects. But her hands in her lap are gripping programs so tight the paper is starting to crumple. Elizabeth Taylor, 30 years old, not nominated tonight. She won last year. Best Actress 1961 for Butterfield 8. The Oscar sits on mantle at home. She is here as presenter. Will announce Best Actor. Will hand Oscar to someone else. Will smile for cameras. Will play her role. But she is watching Audrey, has been watching her all night, sitting 10 rows back, further from stage, deliberately. Does not want to be center of attention tonight. Does not want cameras comparing her to this year's nominees. Does not want anyone asking why she is not up there competing again. But she watches Audrey. Cannot stop watching Audrey. Because Elizabeth knows something no one else in this auditorium knows. Something she has not told anyone. Not her husband, not her friends, not her publicist. Something that has been eating at her for 11 months. Since her own Oscar night. Since she stood on that stage and gave that speech and held that statue and felt nothing. Academy Awards are structure, format, predictable. Early awards first. Technical categories, film editing, sound, costume design, then supporting roles, then screenplay, then director, then the big 4, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Picture. Order is sacred, timing is everything. Producers know exactly when commercial breaks hit, know exactly how long speeches can run, know exactly when audience attention peaks and when it drops. Best Actress comes late. After 3 hours, after champagne has worn off, after bladders are full, after everyone is tired of sitting in uncomfortable seats pretending to be thrilled for people they compete against. But tonight, audience is awake, alert, because Best Actress is not predictable this year, could go any direction. Audrey Hepburn for Breakfast at Tiffany's, Natalie Wood for Splendor in the Grass, Piper Laurie for The Hustler, Geraldine Page for Summer and Smoke, Sophia Loren for Two Women, 5 strong performances, 5 different types of roles, 5 different types of actresses, no clear frontrunner, oddsmakers split, critics divided, industry insiders placing bets both ways. Elizabeth knows who will win, has known for weeks. Hollywood is small town. People talk. Academy members talk more. Voting patterns leak. Whisper campaigns work. Elizabeth has heard the whispers, knows which way wind is blowing, knows Audrey will not win tonight, knows Sophia Loren will win. First-time foreign language performance wins Best Actress. Historic moment. Academy loves historic moments. Loves making statements. Sophia is in Rome tonight. Not even here. Will accept via satellite if she wins. That alone tells you Academy has decided. If they thought Audrey was winning, they would have pressured Sophia to attend. But Audrey does not know. Sitting there in third row, hands gripping program, thinking she might win. Thinking 8 years of hard work since Roman holiday might pay off. Thinking Holly Golightly might be the role that defines her forever. Thinking tonight might be her night. Elizabeth sees it on her face. That hope. That quiet, desperate hope that maybe this time. Maybe tonight. Maybe they will call my name. Elizabeth feels sick watching it, because she remembers that hope, remembers sitting in audience herself, nominated, waiting, hoping, praying. Please let them call my name. Please let tonight be my night. Please let all the work mean something. She remembers losing. Nominated 5 times before she won. 5 times sitting in that seat. 5 times hearing someone else's name. 5 times having to smile and clap and pretend she was happy for them while dying inside. She knows what Audrey is about to feel, and she knows something worse. She knows that even winning does not fix it. She knows because she won. Last year, Butterfield 8, stood on that stage, held that Oscar, gave her speech, smiled for cameras, and felt absolutely nothing. Because she knew the truth. She did not win for acting. She won for surviving. Won for almost dying. Won for being strong enough to come back. Pity Oscar. Survival Oscar. Not the Oscar she wanted. Not validation of her talent. Just acknowledgement that she suffered, and Hollywood felt guilty about it. And that Oscar sits on her mantle at home, reminding her every day that even winning can feel like losing when you win for wrong reasons. Presenter walks on stage, carries envelope, gold envelope, Best Actress. Audience leans forward. Cameras find nominees, Audrey in white, Natalie in blue, Piper in pink, Geraldine in black. Sophia not here. 5 faces, 4 in auditorium. Cameras will cut between them. Will catch every micro-expression, every flicker of hope or disappointment. This is the moment. This is what people tune in for. Not the speeches, the reactions. The moment when someone's dream comes true and 4 other dreams die. Presenter opens envelope, looks at card, smiles, leans into microphone. And the Oscar goes to... Pause. Dramatic pause. Perfected over 34 years. Make them wait. Make them suffer. Make the moment last. Sophia Loren, 2 women. Auditorium erupts. Applause. Standing ovation. Historic moment. First foreign language film. First time winner not present. Screen shows Sophia in Rome. She is crying, genuinely shocked. Did not expect this. Camera cuts back to auditorium, cuts to Audrey. She is clapping, smiling, perfect smile, perfect grace. Camera holds on her for 3 seconds. Then cuts to Natalie, then Piper, then Geraldine. All clapping, all smiling, all dying inside. Elizabeth watches Audrey. Only Audrey. Sees the smile. Sees the hands clapping. Sees the posture straight. Sees the image held. But she also sees what cameras do not catch. Sees the moment Audrey's eyes go dark. Sees the moment hope dies. Sees the moment she realizes it is over. Not just tonight. Maybe forever. Because if Holly Golightly was not enough, if breakfast at Tiffany's was not enough, if 8 years of being Hollywood's darling was not enough, what will ever be enough? Elizabeth knows this feeling intimately. 5 nominations before her win. 5 times watching someone else walk to stage. 5 times holding smile while everything collapsed inside. Then, Butterfield 8. 1. Wrong reasons. Pity Oscar. Not acting Oscar. Even winning felt like losing. She remembers what it cost. Going home crying alone, breaking, rebuilding. Performing strength when really caring so much it made her sick. And she sees Audrey about to go through same thing, about to smile and pretend. This is Hollywood's price. Your humanity. Commercial break hits. 15 minutes. Bathroom break. Smoke break. Drink break. Nominees can breathe. Can drop the smile for a moment. Can feel what they actually feel. Audrey stands. Does not go to bathroom. Does not go to bar. Walks straight to backstage, through curtains, past crew members, past cameras, past producers. Walks to dressing room area. Room 7, her assigned room, opens door, closes it, alone. Elizabeth sees her go, watches her walk, sees the composure, sees the straight back, sees the perfect exit, and she sees beneath it, sees the woman about to break, sees the scared girl who survived war, sees the actress who has been performing strength for so long she forgot it is performance. Elizabeth makes decision in that moment, does not think, does not plan. Just knows Audrey should not be alone right now. Knows what alone feels like after losing. Knows how heavy that dressing room silence gets when you are sitting there wondering if you are good enough. If you will ever be good enough. She stands up. Husband asks where she is going. She does not answer. Just walks. Down aisle, through curtain, backstage. Crew members see her. Recognize her. Last year's winner. They nod. Let her pass. They know. Everyone backstage knows what nominees feel right now. Know the winners are celebrating and losers are breaking, and no amount of grace can hide it forever. She walks to dressing room 7, stands outside door, can hear nothing. No crying, no sounds, just silence. She knocks. Soft knock. 3 taps. Audrey's voice from inside. I need a moment, please. Elizabeth speaks. It's Elizabeth. Silence. Long silence. 10 seconds. 15, 20. Then door opens. Audrey standing there. Makeup perfect. Hair perfect. Dress perfect. Everything perfect. Except her eyes. Her eyes are not perfect. Her eyes are empty. Elizabeth. Audrey's voice is steady, controlled. Congratulations on your nomination. Wrong year, but automatic politeness. She realizes mistake. I mean, thank you for coming. Can I come in? Elizabeth asks. Audrey hesitates, then steps aside. Elizabeth enters. Small room, couch, mirror, table with flowers, makeup supplies, standard Oscar dressing room, nothing special. Door closes. They are alone. 2 women, 2 actresses, 2 icons. Both have won Oscar. Both have lost Oscar. Both know what tonight means. Elizabeth speaks first. You deserved it. Audrey shakes her head. Sophia deserved it more. 2 women is extraordinary, historic. The Academy made the right choice. Stop, Elizabeth says, not mean, tired. You don't have to do that here, not with me. Audrey looks at her. Do what? Be gracious. Be perfect. Be Audrey Hepburn. Elizabeth sits on couch, gestures to space beside her. Audrey sits, not close, maintaining distance. You can be angry. You can be disappointed. You can be human just for 5 minutes before you go back out there. I'm fine, Audrey says automatically. You're not, Elizabeth says. And that's okay. You don't have to be fine. Audrey is quiet, hands folded in lap. Perfect posture, perfect composure. Then she speaks, voice smaller than before. I thought this was my year. I know. I thought Holly was enough. I thought... She trails off. Cannot finish sentence. Elizabeth waits. Lets silence sit. Then asks question she came here to ask. Do you even want this? Really? Audrey looks at her, confused. Want what? The Oscar, the approval, the validation from 3,000 people who don't know you. Elizabeth leans forward. I'm not being cruel. I'm asking seriously. Do you actually want this? Or do you think you're supposed to want it? Audrey does not answer immediately. Thinking, processing. Finally. I don't know. That's the most honest thing you've said all night, Elizabeth says. She leans back, looks at ceiling. I won last year, Butterfield 8. You know that. Of course, you were wonderful. I was adequate, Elizabeth corrects. And everyone knew it, including me, including the Academy. You know why I won? Audrey shakes her head. Pity vote, Elizabeth says flatly. I almost died. Emergency tracheotomy, pneumonia. 48 hours from dead. Recovery took months. Hollywood thought I was finished. Thought my career was over. Maybe my life was over. So when I got nominated for mediocre performance in mediocre film, the narrative wrote itself. Give Elizabeth the Oscar. She deserves it for surviving, for being strong, for being brave, for not dying. She looks at Audrey. I stood on that stage, held that Oscar, gave my speech, thanked everyone I was supposed to thank, said everything I was supposed to say, smiled for cameras, posed for photographers, went to parties, celebrated, and the whole time I felt nothing. Not joy, not pride, not validation. Nothing, because I knew the truth. I didn't win for acting. I won for not dying. And that Oscar sitting on my mantle at home reminds me every single day that I got the prize for the wrong reasons. Audrey is staring at her. Elizabeth I didn't know? Nobody knows. Because I play my role, same as you. We all play our roles. Perfect actresses, perfect images, perfect women. But it's exhausting, isn't it? Always being perfect, always being gracious, always pretending that losing doesn't hurt. Tears start in Audrey's eyes. First tears since name was not called. It hurts so much. I know, Elizabeth says gently. I know it does. I worked so hard, Audrey whispers. Not just on Tiffany's, on everything, on being good enough, on proving I deserve to be here. I grew up during war, starving, watching people disappear, watching horror. I survived. I got out. I made it to Hollywood. I thought that meant something. I thought if I could just be good enough, if I could just work hard enough, if I could just be gracious enough, and kind enough, and perfect enough, then maybe I would be safe. Maybe I would belong. Maybe they would let me stay. She stops, breathes, voice breaking. I was 14. Arnhem, Nazi occupation. We had no food. I ate tulip bulbs, watched neighbors disappear, Jewish families taken, resistance fighters shot. I danced in secret to raise money. If discovered, they would have killed me. 14, and every day thinking today I die. Tears faster now. War ended. Got to London, Hollywood. Thought if I was perfect enough, they would let me stay. But tonight proves I am still not enough. Elizabeth reaches over, takes Audrey's hand, holds it tight. You don't need their permission to belong. Then why does it feel like I do? Audrey asks, tears falling now, mascara starting to run, image cracking. Because they taught us that, Elizabeth says, voice fierce now, protective. The studio system, the producers, the directors, the Academy, they taught us that our worth comes from their approval, that we only matter if they give us awards, if they put us in their movies, if they validate us with their applause. They taught us to perform for them, to be what they want, to need what they give. And we believed them, because we were young and scared and desperate to belong. She leans closer. You know what else they taught us? That we are competitors. That there can only be one. Only one beautiful actress. Only one elegant star. Only one woman who gets to be beloved. They taught us to see each other as threats, as enemies, as obstacles to our own success. Because if we are fighting each other, we are not fighting them. We are not questioning system. We are not demanding better. We are just trying to survive, trying to be the one they choose, the one they elevate, the one they crown. Elizabeth's voice drops, quieter but more intense. But you know what I realized sitting in audience tonight watching you? Watching your hope? Watching your fear? We are not competitors. We are not enemies. We are the same. Both of us performing, both of us scared, both of us trying to be good enough for people who will never think we are enough. And I am tired. Tired of pretending. Tired of performing. Tired of being what they want instead of what I am. She squeezes Audrey's hand. You asked when it stops. When we stop needing them. I think it stops when we decide it stops. When we choose each other over their approval. When we admit that we are scared and tired and human. When we tell the truth even when it hurts. Especially when it hurts. Audrey wipes her eyes. Makeup smearing. Givenchy dress perfect, but face ruined. When does it stop? When do we stop needing them? I don't know, Elizabeth admits. I'm still trying to figure that out myself. But I do know this. That Oscar you didn't win tonight, it wouldn't have fixed anything. It wouldn't have made you feel safe. It wouldn't have proved you're good enough. It wouldn't have healed the part of you that's still that scared girl in occupied Netherlands, wondering if today is the day they come for you. Because I won. And I still feel all those things. Audrey looks at her, really looks, sees Elizabeth not as icon or competitor or Hollywood royalty, sees her as person, as woman, as someone who is also scared and tired and trying to figure out if any of this matters. What did you come here to tell me? Audrey asks quietly. Elizabeth takes breath. That you're enough, not because of Oscar, not because of Holly Golightly, not because of what critics say or what box office shows or what Academy votes. You're enough because you're you, and if they can't see that, that's their failure, not yours. I don't feel like I'm enough, Audrey whispers. Neither do I, Elizabeth says. But maybe that's okay. Maybe we don't have to feel like we're enough. Maybe we just have to keep going anyway. Keep acting, keep working, keep living. Not for them. For us. Knock on door. Stage manager voice. Miss Hepburn, they need you back in your seat. Show is resuming in 2 minutes. Audrey looks at mirror, sees her face. Makeup ruined, mascara streaked, eyes red, perfect image destroyed. I can't go back out there like this. Elizabeth stands, goes to makeup table, grabs tissues, wet one slightly, hands it to Audrey. Fix your face, reapply powder, touch up mascara. Go back out there, smile for cameras. Clap for best actor, clap for best picture. Play your role. But when you go home tonight, when you're alone and the dress comes off and the makeup comes off and you don't have to be Audrey Hepburn anymore, remember what I said. You are enough, with or without their approval. Audrey takes tissue, wipes face, looks at Elizabeth. Thank you. Don't thank me, Elizabeth says, moves toward door. Just do me a favor. What? When you win your next Oscar, and you will win one someday, make sure it's for you, not for them, not because you need validation, not because you need to prove something, but because the role matters to you, because the story needs to be told, because you have something to say. Win it on your own terms, not theirs. She opens door, starts to leave. Audrey calls after her. Elizabeth! Elizabeth turns. Did you mean it? What you said? That I'm enough? Elizabeth looks at her. This woman Hollywood built. This image of perfection. This icon cracking in dressing room backstage. Yes, I meant it. Every word. She leaves. Door closes. Audrey, alone again, looks at mirror. Starts fixing makeup. Wiping tears. Reapplying powder. Touching up mascara. Rebuilding image. Reconstructing Audrey Hepburn. Within 3 minutes, face is perfect again. Within 4 minutes, she walks back to seat. Within 5 minutes, cameras find her. Smiling, composed, gracious, perfect. No one watching broadcast would ever know she was just backstage crying with Elizabeth Taylor. No one would guess the conversation that happened. No one would see the cracks beneath surface. But something changed. In dressing room 7, in 8 minutes, between two women who both won and both lost. Something shifted. Audrey sits through rest of ceremony, claps for Best Actor, claps for Best Picture, smiles for cameras, plays her role. But inside, she is thinking about Elizabeth's words, about being enough, about winning on her own terms, about not needing their approval to belong. After ceremony ends, after parties, after cars take celebrities home, Audrey sits in her bedroom, dress hanging in closet, jewelry back in safe, makeup removed, hair down. Just Audrey, not the icon, not the image, just the woman. She thinks about tonight, about losing, about Elizabeth, about conversation no one knows happened, and she makes decision she will keep for next 7 years. She will not make another film for a while. We'll step back. We'll focus on family, on children, on life outside Hollywood, on being person instead of image. Because Elizabeth was right. The Oscar would not have fixed anything, and she is tired of trying to be perfect for people who will never think she is enough. 7 years later, 1969, Audrey nominated again. Wait Until Dark, third nomination, does not win. Katharine Hepburn wins. But this time, Audrey genuinely happy. No performance, real smile, because Oscar does not define worth. Elizabeth was right. Elizabeth watches from home, sees Audrey's real smile, knows conversation mattered, knows something changed that night. They stay connected, send notes, brief, private. Beautiful work. Congratulations. Simple words meaning more because both know what happened in dressing room 7. Both know truth passed between them. 1981. Elizabeth receives telegram. Audrey wants to see her. Elizabeth flies to Switzerland. Audrey's home, private, quiet. Audrey is thin, too thin, illness, time is limited. They sit in garden, afternoon sun, tea untouched. Finally, Audrey speaks. Do you remember that night? 1962? Every detail? Elizabeth says. I never thanked you properly, Audrey says. You gave me permission to be human, to stop performing. That gift changed everything. Elizabeth's eyes fill. You gave me something too. Reason to tell truth. Someone who understood. We saved each other. Last time they see each other. Both decline after. Different illnesses. Same truth. Time limited. What matters is moments like dressing room 7. When you stop performing, when you choose truth, when you choose each other. 1993. Audrey dies. Cancer. Too young. Too soon. Elizabeth cannot attend funeral. Too ill herself. But she sends letter, private letter, to Audrey's family. In it, she writes about that night, about dressing room 7, about 8 minutes that meant more than any Oscar, about conversation two women had about being enough. Letter becomes public years after Elizabeth's death. Published in biography, people read it, some dismiss it, some call it Hollywood dramatics, but some understand. Some see what really happened that night. Two women who were taught to compete, who were trained to be rivals, who were supposed to hate each other because there could only be one. Instead, they chose something else. They chose honesty. They chose vulnerability. They chose to admit that winning does not fix anything, and losing does not destroy everything. And maybe the whole game is rigged anyway. And maybe the only thing that matters is how we treat each other in the moments between the applause. Oscar night, 1962. Best Actress does not go to Audrey Hepburn, but something more important happens in Dressing Room 7. Something cameras do not capture. Something world does not see. Two women, 8 minutes. Honest conversation about what matters and what does not. About validation we seek and approval we chase, an image we perform and cost of perfection. About being enough when everything tells us we are not. Sophia Loren wins Oscar. Deserves it. Historic moment. Beautiful performance. First foreign language actress to win Best Actress. Academy makes history. Sophia celebrates in Rome. Happy, proud, shocked, genuinely moved. As she should be. Her win is legitimate, her performance extraordinary. This is not about whether she deserves it. She does. Absolutely.